Alright, as you can see, I've literally just rolled out of bed to get chatting about this amazing new Kagurabachi chapter, chapter 76. 10 out of 10 chapter, unreal, even more proof that this series is just beyond anyone's comprehension of how good fiction can be. It's so amazing, and yeah, I'm just gonna go through the chapter, so make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy Kagurabachi content, and let's just get right into it, because oh my god, this is amazing. Okay, so we start the chapter off with Chihiro versus Hirohiko, and that means N10 versus Kumeyuri. Banquet is still active, which means everyone up on the roof, Samura, Iori, the Masumi ninja, they're all getting hallucinations like crazy, and Chihiro is reinforcing his ears with Nishiki, which Hirohiko clocks onto. Now, this is the only part of the chapter that kind of confuses me a little bit, and it's that Hirohiko comes to the conclusion that Chihiro isn't really here to go all out against Hirohiko, and that Chihiro's true opponent is Samura. I don't know how he came to this conclusion, especially since last chapter, Chihiro even said that he can now kill Hirohiko without worrying. I mean, sure, it's what Hirohiko thinks, and it doesn't really, like, change much about the chapter, so we'll go with it, I guess. But Hirohiko concludes that the way to get Chihiro to go all out against him is to actually kill Samura himself, and then Chihiro will be left with only Hirohiko as the opponent. Again, not sure how they came to this conclusion, but that's what Hirohiko is thinking. And we also learned that Yura said Hirohiko can fight Samura if he wants to. I mean, Yura seems pretty chill with whatever Hirohiko wants to do. He just said that if he does manage to kill him, make sure to retrieve Tobimune. So with that, Hirohiko then uses the second ability of Kumeyuri, which is called Play. And what it does is it basically allows the user to animate objects, like objectively objects. It wouldn't work on a living being, unless that's within the user's, like, perception of what an object is. So as for Hirohiko, he actually reanimates every corpse in the building and uses them as, like, basically cursed corpses, because Hirohiko himself perceives corpses as an object, something which Chihiro makes note of. So that's kind of an example of how the true realm of the blades work. It's basically the user's own perception is something that it can influence the sword with, if that makes sense. So maybe Uraha wouldn't have been able to animate corpses because he doesn't see corpses as objects, but Hirohiko does, therefore the blade accepts and allows him to do it, which is a good example of the infinite potential of these blades. And it would be how the Swordmaster actually got the Shinuchi, or Magatsumi, to bend to his will and then massacre everybody on the island all by himself, because that was truly what the man was driven by, and the sword went, yep, we're gonna do that. Anyway, yeah, all the corpses come to life on the roof, on the ground, and the rest of the building, and they basically go after Samura and Iori on the roof, while Chihiro and Hirohiko are down below, which means Hirohiko currently has the entire building on lockdown. Everyone's affected by Banquet, there are corpses coming after everyone. He's fighting everyone at once, which is kind of crazy, I'm gonna be honest. But anyway, we basically get this scene of Chihiro then falling through a hallway and being affected by Banquet's hallucinations, because he actually isn't strong enough at this point to deal with the stronger Banquet that Hirohiko is outputting. So yeah, Chihiro, despite reinforcing his ears, is being affected. We then get a beautifully amazing page of Hirohiko standing over the whole kind of building, which is showing us that Banquet is affecting everyone, and it would make defense impossible. So yeah, all the zombies pour out of the elevators, they go after Iori, Samura, and the Masumi ninja, and basically there's a fight on two fronts right now. Now, Samura has always been driven by one very specific goal, and that is to kill the swordbearers and follow through with his plan. His determination is unrivaled, whereas now he's been given a second motive, and that is protect his daughter. We didn't think anything would be able to get in the way of Samura and his goals, but protecting his daughter is now his #1 priority. But remember, he's just remembered that this person exists, so all these memories are flooding back to him, plus he's being influenced by Banquet's hallucinations, so the conditions for him right now are really not optimal at all. He realizes that he is now trapped within a hallucination, a complete illusion, where he's back in the hallway in his home outside Iori's room. But yeah, the zombies then start pouring through the hallucination, and Samura gets stabbed in the shoulder and gut, which is a really scary, horrifying thing to see. But he still manages to notice, even throughout all of that they're running after Iori and that he needs to protect his daughter. So he uses his feathers to literally teleport in the way of Iori, take 9 blades to the back, and stop any of them hitting her. And when I saw this for the first time while I was reading it, I literally fell off my chair. Like, here's the clip of me reacting to it.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
A few moments later.
Oh, fuck! Yeah, honestly, it's such a great way for Samura. I mean, he's remembered his daughter 5 minutes ago, and already he's willing to set aside absolutely everything he's dedicated his life to save her. That's Amazing. Hirohiko then boasts about being the only one who's free in this building, which, yes, is an overpowered ability, let's be real. The fact that he's got the entire building tripping, except from him, is kind of broken and unfair, and it feels like cheating, but whatever. Chihiro doesn't seem very stressed, though. Despite Samura supposedly being dead and Hirohiko winning, he's not looking too stressed. And rightly so, because suddenly a load of feathers start piling out of the hallway and rushing down towards them. Chihiro doesn't even need to look behind him to see them. He's already locked in and he knows exactly what's going on. He says, how could you underestimate a master like him? See, Chihiro knows that Samura does not play around and that taking him down will not be that easy. Like, he never doubted that guy for a second. Why? Because we forget, Chihiro is Kunishige Rokihira's son. He lived in a house with those enchanted blades for 15 years. Okay, he knows how they all work and he knows that Samura is not going down that easily. Whereas Hirohiko doesn't know what Tobimune is fully capable of. Hirohiko is a bum. Always gets cocky, always walks into these situations thinking he's the shit, and all 3 times now he has been proven wrong, and it feels so good. But yeah, Samura is obviously not dead. He locked the hell in. He pulled out a Suzaku, which is the 3rd ability of Tobimune, and it means red bird, aka Phoenix. Literally the theory we have all been after. The 3rd bird of Samura's ability is the healing Phoenix. And it is literally this, because he heals all of his wounds, and the feathers set fire into, like, golden flames, which then just, like, heal him, right? Instantly. It's so fast and broken, and there's, like, no wonder they won the war. This is incredible. He's I think I saw someone on Twitter say he's a walking medpack. Observation with owl, teleportation with the feathers, and now just healing. And he can heal others, but I believe the condition is that he needs to slice them with Tobimune himself in order to be able to heal them. Which means that's how Chihiro was revived, and Uraha might actually be alive. That's cool and all, right? The Phoenix theory is real, but the way Samura ends off this chapter is unbelievably peak. It is a page of Samura pulling a Chihiro aura farming pose and drawing his blade in the Kagurabachi way, saying that's enough out of you. It's an amazing page, it looks awesome, right? It took me about 5 minutes to realize that what's actually happening in this page is Samura is healing his eyes. You can see the flames of Suzaku on his scars and his eyes, which means he is now being pushed to the point of abandoning absolutely everything he stands for in order to heal his eyes, lock in, and save his daughter. He had that blade for 1 or 2 years during the Seiti War, and never during that entire incident, even when he had to face the Swordmaster himself, he wasn't even tempted to heal his eyes because he stood by it. But you put his daughter in danger, and it's no hesitation. He cast aside absolutely everything he stands for and healed his eyes. So now we're gonna get a full power Samura just reigning terror. Yes, I think this means we're probably going to lose Samura in the near future, but oh my god, he's going to do some amazing stuff, and this is in no way how Yura wants this to go down. But Chihiro is so right for that. Hirohiko should not have underestimated Samura, because this is probably a top 10 chapter in the whole series. I'm not gonna lie. It's so good. The Samura bait and switch of like, oh my god, he's dead. And then, oh my god, he's locked in and he's healing his eyes because that's how serious he is about protecting Iori. Amazing. And the fact that Chihiro already knew that Samura was gonna be doing stuff like that. And the fact that Chihiro is like fighting against an enchanted blade for the first time since Sojo. And the fact that we've all forgotten Yura is currently invading HQ. Oh my god, this series is amazing. There's so much going on. I don't even know what to say. I'm just gonna end the video there because it's amazing. But yeah, read Kagurabachi.